Fuck him. 3, 2, 1. Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Sunday Koi Culture. How are we doing out there, people? We've got a lot of people in the comments.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people in. Welcome in, everyone.
Chloe. So a big hello to everyone who's joined us. Steve's in. Steve, them sponge filters are working H3 in the IBC tank, but I've made some changes to the IBC tank. That's on tonight's video. But yeah, IBC tank filtration is back up and running. Got new filtration or added onto the vat for the fry as well. Afternoon, Anthony. So yeah, it's all go here, just like it's all go down the farm anyway. What have you been up to this week, Shane? Because I hear you've been a very busy boy.
Yeah, I've been a busy boy on multiple channels, joining lives, bits and bobs, you know, getting things sorted out, just networking mainly. We do have water in tank 1. I'm gonna wait in the water's in the tank 1. Still got to trim it, but I'm waiting to go to Selco to pick up the decking board for the top so that I can trim it all and then put the top on, instead of just trimming it now and then putting the wood on later. I'd rather just have it there ready to rock and roll. We can,
at least then you can tack it down with some OB1 at the top of the block, and then screw your board down on top.
Yeah, exactly. So that is my idea. Not quite sure how it's gonna seal, but the thing is with that, I ordered that from Fleabay, right?
The liner.
The liner, 54 quid, right? So I thought, okay, that's gonna be the woven, not great, but you know, for a pump feed, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's a lot loud. Mexican, shut up.
That bark collar really works, doesn't it?
Yeah, my bark collar really works, mate.
I can hear the whistling as well as the bark collar. You know, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Get it there and lay down, fucking rats.
So yeah, there's that one going on and all sorts.
So yeah, you've got another channel, I hear.
Yes, Tanks and Fish.
So
that is my tropical tank channel. For obviously, you know, I've got the tropical tank, which I've put new substrate in, going through putting in different plants at the moment. Potentially the blue acaras will be breeding,
right?
Because it turns out I've got 1 male and 2 females in there, so at some point the acaras will be breeding,
right?
So that'll be an interesting one.
Are you still gonna be attempting your own breeding?
Yes, when it happens
on the koi.
Yeah, when it happens, it happens. You know, I'm not going to be rushing it. You know, I'm just going to let it go naturally. There was a point the other night where we had up to 86% humidity here, and Sid was going a little bit nutty around. The funny thing is, Sid was going nutty around the tent show. The butterfly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you was on about. That's why I didn't say nothing. Just shook my head. You keep them away from that fucking butterfly abomination. And a quick howdy to Baz, MK, Humber, Ken.
I think it'll
Yeah,
be interesting to allow Sid
you keep him
to
away from that fucking abomination.
Sid can be with whoever he wants to be. It'll be a mad combination if you know
Next, you're going to be telling me that
if
butterfly
Nancy
boy
drops her
identifies in the
eggs.
short.
What am I saying about the lineup? So yeah, I thought it was the woven one, but it turned out I can't remember the next one up. I think is it the EPD?
EPDM.
Yeah, so they actually sent that one, which is obviously a lot thicker.
Right.
So I ended up with 5 meters by 5 meters of that. Now, when I actually went on to, because on Fleabay it said it was listed by Swell, so I thought, perfect. I'll go onto Swell's website and see what they do it on their site, just in case it was cheaper. Nope, they wanted 20 quid more ordering it from their website than what they did over the. Yeah, so they actually wanted 20 quid more over what they were charging on Fleabay.
But you've got an EPDM liner, so putting any silicon in isn't going to be an issue.
Nope.
So once you've got your decking board screwed down, you can then actually go round that joint, fill it with silicon, so that it looks nice.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be getting someone to pull the liner down when I then put the wood on top, so it proper sandwiches it.
The best thing you can do is fill it with water.
It is filled.
Well, you won't need to stretch it then.
It's more of a case now. It's just cutting the corners and
just get a bead of OB1 round the along the outer edge of the top of the block, fold it over, seal it, and then screw down over the top. And then
we'll see. That's what I'm interested to see is how that block's going to actually deal with us with being drilled. Because obviously it's not breeze block; it's actual cement with ballast inside it.
Yeah, it's a concrete block.
It's an actual concrete block. So
you should be drilling there with any decent hand drill.
But yeah, I've got some that are slightly broken anyway, so I'm just going to use that as a tester. You know, turn it on its side, drill through it, and just see how it goes before we then go to the actual pond and actually hit it.
There we go.
45 mil EPDM is the go-to liner here in Canada. Not expensive, but lasts a very long time. Good to know, Ken.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I might actually look at that for the new rebuild. Because I definitely ain't putting another fucking woven one in.
No.
I definitely can't afford to get it fiberglass. So yeah, it's either go for an EPDM or like I said, go out and get sections cut and then put it together like a jigsaw piece, and then go from there. Because I know it'll work because I've got it working on a rubber liner in the grown on tank.
Yeah,
because that was
cut that and
one length that we cut in the middle and then joined down. So I know it can be done. The only difference being is this time round, if I did it this time round, I wouldn't be using OB1. I would pay out that little bit extra and get the
MS.
My Pond MS300 from CWD Ponds, because I have had the opportunity to actually use that stuff, and it is good fucking shit. It really is. I find it a hell of a lot easier to use in comparison to gold label, because I found that the easiest way to even in warm days easiest way to get gold label to work properly and be able to manipulate it, and that's soak it in a bowl of hot water for 20 minutes before you're going to use it, just to soften it up, because otherwise you're in the fucking jump.
Yeah, otherwise it's very stiff and it's not so pliable.
Yeah. And not only that, there's the price. I mean, you're looking at almost 30 quid for a tube of gold label now. And yet you can go to Wix and pick up some OB1 for about £9.70.
Yeah, it was £10 something, or rather a Selco.
I mean, what you got to do is what you want to look for is something that's polymer based, because if it's polymer based, it's got no oh fuck, it's gone out of my head now. Solvent in it. So there's nothing for it to, because that's the problem with using normal silicons inside tanks and stuff like that, is the solvent in them leaches out. And causes,
that's why a lot of people, when they're repairing their fish tanks and things like that, they will use either CT1 or OB1 to actually reseal the inside of their tanks and things like that. Or like I'll be doing at some point, if I get any secondhand tanks, I'll be trimming it out and then putting fresh beads in, just so then my peace of mind.
I used to use CT1, and then I found OB1, and the reason I went for the OB1 over the CT1 was about £4.50 difference, and that was it. Is it? That is the only difference between the two. The CT1 is about 13 quid and the OB1 is about 9 quid. So yeah, it's about £4 difference. So they both work. They both work well. That one's cheaper. So that's why I always, not only that, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Come on.
The force is wrong with that one. So yeah, how's everybody in chat been this week? I will have another little announcement as well that obviously some of you guys will already know. V, I'm not the only one that's gonna be doing Eiger reviews.
Yes, I know. I saw that you had a really nice email.
Yeah, I had an email at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, they do work at some strange times.
Well, they're in China, aren't they? Their offices are in China, so it makes sense.
I was on my way down to the forest. Was it Monday or was it Wednesday? It was one or the other. And I'm flicking through my subscriptions while I'm in the passenger seat, and I see Hugo's dropped a new video. Automatic feeder with a camera. Straight on the email. Nicole, they can't send it to anyone in Europe at the moment because it has a CE rating, CE certificate.
They need to certify it before they can actually release it into Europe.
Yeah, well, as soon as they get their CE certificate, they will be sending me out a small auto feeder that has a camera in, so you can actually see your fish in and everything else.
Well, I've been told go with this one, the 300 watt heater for the tropical tank. And then after that, the next one that I've been offered is the rechargeable air pump.
Oh. But when you say that, is that an aquarium sized rechargeable air pump? It's bigger,
it's about this big.
Ooh.
And if when you put yeah, exactly that, Humber battery pack for the backup on the air pumps, so if there's anything going on, or even for going up in the koi house, which is mainly running on solar, if I can just have that up there on a splitter into the two tanks. When you put, on the videos that I've seen where they put them in tanks and they put like all 6 on there and they turn them up, just put it on 100%. It's like a freaking jacuzzi. So if you're just running it through 2 and you run it on about 50%, that should be more than adequate.
No, wrong one. What? My Ricky?
I don't think Ricky down the farm has them.
Kitchen.
Yo, Silver, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. I know it's only been a couple of days.
Oh God, yeah, because you're on the aquarium stuff.
It was yesterday. It was yesterday. It was last night.
Yeah, good lad is our Silver Creek Wildlife. Not only does he do
same as Laser.
Not only does he do tropical, he does plants, he does chickens and stuff like that. And he's also a really good aerosol artist as well. Wonder where you got that from. But yeah, go over and check out Silver Creek Wildlife, guys. Oh, look, sweet Chris from Sweet Acres Koi Farm is in as well. How are we doing, Chris? Stay tuned.
Oh, there'll be an interesting one being dropped at some point over there. I'm not saying nothing what it is. I'm pretty sure.
I think the tech service is to do with the power, not the air. That koi guy. How we doing, brother?
So, yeah, it's definitely interesting time. Definitely
TKG, are you coming across to the National?
Oh, started peeing down the rain here.
Yeah, number. It's not for the air pumps. That's the tech service. That's if the actual power goes down. Yeah, there's no battery backups. Yeah, last time they plugged in a generator, it ended up blowing the air source heat pump that I've got on my growing on tank. About 3 or 4 air pumps, a load of water pumps. Yeah, mate, I will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I am actually showing this year for the very first time. So yeah, it will be really good to catch up with you again if you're going. Or failing that, you could always come on and join us. I know you're going, George. Mind you, I don't know if he's dropped a video yet, but he's been working hard on his pond build. He's got all the wood done on the front, the decking's in. Oh, it's looking sweet. Not too bad for us, Scott.
Koi guy saying, yeah, book to stay over and see the second day.
Mate, yep. We will see you there then.
How you doing, Seska? Welcome in.
She'll be there on How we doing?
She'll be at the show on Sunday.
Yes, she will.
Rick will be there Sunday. So yeah, quite a few people will naturally be going, on the Sunday, because if they want to pick up them deals, as we all know, you want to get there on the Sunday for the deals.
I mean, that's the day that I usually go, because like you say, you pick up some really nice deals. So I'll be seeing oh mate, Aaron,
he's going on the Saturday.
The message that I wonder how much that was absolutely off, man. She got balls. Aaron's wife, she went up on literally strapped to the top of a biplane, up in the air, stood on top of it. Yeah,
No, he's got the balls in Uptown now.
Yeah, I was like, wow, fucking hell, I want to go. Well, my body won't take skydiving, so I've always wanted to do a tandem skydive. But that, I think that would top it off. That would be brilliant. That would, yeah. But yeah, mate, that looks something else. Really does. I was trying to get my man Dave from Orchard Koi on today, so I could see if I could get his take on how he's getting on growing fry, because he's growing on the growing show with a difference fry. This is his very first time doing something that's new. Mind you, there's quite a few that have actually entered into the growing show with a difference that have never even done fry, period. So yeah, to hear back from some of them, yeah, that would be good. I did notice, Wickham, you said you're making some changes. Where are we? Up here.
Yeah.
I've lost the comment now. Bingo, just rethinking all my setups with heavier feed, and I have to set up for. Is that what spurred that on, mate? What spurred the thought on that you need to increase filtration, or are you going to revamp your systems completely? And are you still going to try doing the snow tiger? That's the question.
You and that fucking snow tiger.
Yep. Well,
you do you want to know what would be really, really pretty?
What?
A snow tiger butterfly.
Fuck off.
If you're going to go for Abomination anyway, creating the snow tiger, you might as well go all out and fucking make a butterfly version.
Right. Pick a subject. I'm going to go and pee.
Yeah, good afternoon. How you doing, Will? I thought you guys would all like that. Yeah. Wigan saying Snow Tigers are still a go. Nice. So yeah, what has everyone been up to? Have you got any questions for us as well? As I say, it's been a all go here this few weeks, few late nights, but then again, you all know I'm a night out anyway. So yeah. Will, you been playing around with any more of your new styles of the wire bonsais? I still need to get one order in. I'll have to sort that out when I get back from my trip. I'll get that sorted. Yeah, that would definitely look great. I know exactly where it's going to go as well. So yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, what's everyone? Hope everyone's ponds are doing okay. We do have a slight issue at the moment here where we're losing about 3 inches every few days. All wire and automate. Sweet, Will. Well, Alibo, how you doing, mate? Welcome in. Any tips for new koi pond? I've just got it up and running this week and traveling up to New Forest in a couple of weeks. So yeah, as you say, you've got it going. So that's a plus. You know, you want to try and get that meat bacteria starting to cycle. Obviously, the new pond syndrome isn't the greatest. Don't stress too much with it. Everyone goes through it. But yeah, having it running for that week or so before you get them is obviously any chlorine that's in there. By the time your filters have done their jobs and it's turning over, it will be releasing that gas anyway. So should be chlorine and chloramine free pretty much by the time that comes around. So that's definitely a plus. It's always good when you build a new one to have it running a little while, depending on the size of it as well and how long you keep it running for. Because obviously if it's a larger body of water, it's going to have a higher higher number. So therefore you're going to want to run it more. When do I put the bacteria in, with the fish or before? Personally, what bacteria are you going for? Are you going for the pure bacteria bomb, which goes into your filters, or are you going for the liquid one as well that goes in? Most of them will go into your filtration. I used on the small pond here. I used because I knew it was going to be a while before my fish went in there. I actually put in about 5,000 worth of the bacteria. So yeah, I put that straight into the filter media. Oh, the pure. So the jug, like the actual carton of the liquid. Say liquid is more of a jelly. But yeah, I would say pull it in before, so you can actually get it through the system. Because it's always good to start that bacteria before you add. Obviously, the bacteria will need something to feed on. I know some people have put needs to go in with fish, right? Otherwise, there'll be a waste of feed. Yeah, it will be a waste of feed otherwise, but you can put a little bit of feed in there just to aid with the bacteria to actually feed it. But a lot of people will do fish in cycle and then put the bacteria in there, so that when you're feeding your koi, then the waste product will then feed the bacteria that you're putting into your filter.
Right, who are we talking to? What are we answering?
So Chloe was just asking, when should they put the bacteria in, before or when they get the fish?
Well,
because the pond's just been filled up. It's a new pond. Should be looking at going down to New Forest in a couple of weeks to buy stock.
Ooh,
so she was wondering whether.
Well, you can, if you can get some urea, I think it is, which is basically ammonia. You can fish. You can fish less cycle the filters. So by adding the ammonia in yourself, you can kickstart the filter reaction. But there's no better way of building bacteria, the right bacteria, than putting fish in.
Yeah, doing the fish in.
One, how big's the pond? What filtration?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Depends on how big the pond is to how much you.
What filtration are you using? How many fish are you
looking at getting?
I'm just looking at the comments and Gav and Will. Tim Buck fucking do.
Yeah, wealth is definitely knowledge.
Yeah,
knowledge is definitely wealth, when it comes to this one.
I'll tell you what. Don't be sorry for asking questions, because there no question is a stupid question if you don't know the answer. Yeah.
And for those that don't know the answer, I've got a question, Vince. Do you like butterfly?
Little ones that flutter around the sky. Yeah, I saw a beautiful red admiral at the farm the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. Yeah, Chloe. So what size is your pond first to start off with? We'll start there first. Failing that, drop a link in, Shane, and she can come on and explain it to us.
If you would like to.
Or if anyone else would like to come on and join us, that is not a problem. You are more than welcome. I am going to be starting to add a little bit of structure to the weekends.
Jamie's Koi Pond, how you doing? Welcome in. Just woke up again. Been going since. Been doing.
Mate, with what you've gone through, Jamie, it's not fucking surprising, bud. So don't go beating yourself up, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, get the missus out there cleaning that pond filter for you. There ain't many women out there who go and clean a pond filter for their other half. If I said to Susan, "Can you clean my easy pods?" You know what she'd say? Fuck off. But
you literally have. You'd have two hopes.
She owns half the fish in the pond.
I know, right? See, that's actually a funny subject because somebody here today turned around and were like, "Oh, how are my fish doing in the 4 foot tank?" I'm like, "Well, if they're your fish in the 4 foot tank, then are you going to clean the filters?" She's like, "No."
Lee goes in with a question. What's the best way to get rid of chlorine? I run a Big Blue. I changed 2 weeks ago. 2 litres every day. Drum spray or runs off tap water to clean. Well, if you're using tap water just for cleaning the drum, then why do you need to worry about chlorine?
Yes, there is that.
Because yes,
if you're using it as
from the jets onto the screen itself, but 90% of that water is going straight down a waste chute. So why would you worry about chlorine?
I think it's more of a case of worrying that some of the particles of the chlorine or the chloramine.
Yeah, but when you look at it, that spray that comes off, the spray that comes off of them jets that hits there, and that spray that comes off, that is going to be very, very minimal.
Yeah.
If anything, and I honestly shouldn't think it would affect your pond at all, especially if you got a Big Blue running. I mean, I'll be totally honest. I used to have Big Blues. I used to have 3-stage dechlorinators, and I ended up just throwing money after money. And for the last 12, 14 years, everything gets topped up with straight tap water.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Kajakus are Chloe's favourite ones. So there's plenty of them down there.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Hey, talking of the devil. Hey, how you doing, Lebo?
Afternoon. Right, quickie, better just come on here and just speak to you. So I just answer the question really. Basically, is I run the drum, right? It runs off tap water to clean the spray bar, the drum. But what I'm doing is I'm getting chlorine still reading the pond. Well, I changed the Big Blue only 2 weeks ago with some bone char because I suffer with high copper. So I changed it only 2 weeks ago. Then tested 2 days later. I'm getting reading like 48 on the.
Oh, you're using one of them?
Yeah, so the Anna check, so I'm getting 43. Then I had to dose it with sodium. Then it's like I didn't dose yesterday. I got a reading 24. So I've got to put 2 leads in more or less every day.
Fucking hell, that's crazy.
But if I don't put the over tap water on the drum, I don't get chlorine.
I would have thought that the chlorine wouldn't have been an issue with it being on the spray bar, because like I say, 90% of it goes down the chute to waste, doesn't it?
That's what I thought that, because I was talking to Andy Finch, he says have a look at your top-up system. So what I've got is, I'll just turn it around and show you. I had a tank there that runs off.
Yeah.
Blue over there, over drum every 40 minutes. And I just seen strange. I've just changed the Big Blue only about 2 weeks ago with some bone char, and I'm still getting chlorine coming through.
So was you getting as high readings of chlorine before you put the bone char in?
Yeah. I'm still getting reading. I just think, why the hell's not coming down? I've stopped changing water such in pond. You know what I mean? Don't do top up because I try to change it all if I can help it. I just use the tap water for the drum. That's it. And of course, I'm reading. I took a reading out of the tap water. I forgot what reading was. Pretty high. And then because I thought, well, it shouldn't make a difference because it's spraying over the drum. Now it go down to the chute.
Yeah.
I've tapped into the drum in my shower, so I can have water pumping through that. But obviously, I have a bit more turnover. It's going to make the drum obviously clean more better. So I've tweaked and messed about with that just to slow the drum down a bit, the shower down a bit, so it's not clicking off every 20 minutes. So I've got down to like 30, 40 minutes dwell time with drum. Apart from that, the fish seem, like I said, bang on. The two all seem happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just, I'm just worried about long-term effect with chlorine. You know what I mean?
Mate, honest.
What are you saying at the moment it is? 28?
It was 28 yesterday, but because I put some sardine in last night, it come down to 16. So obviously I've got to keep putting it.
Not too bad. Obviously, you know, it's going down because they can tolerate up to, like the hardy ones can tolerate up to 25.
Well, I've had it higher than that. They have been no ill effects or anything. Everyone you can see them.
It's only when you get, from what I'm seeing here, it's only when it gets up as high as like 37. That's when it's quite a bad issue.
You will also find that the fish will build some kind of tolerance to it once they're in a body of water for a long period of time. It's very much like pH. You know, if you my growing on tank sits at 8.4 something, and yet my main pond sits at 7.5. As long as there's no major swings, the fish.
Go on.
Can you see what I mean? The fish will adapt.
On the KH around about 6, 7. I put obviously bicarbonate soda in. I'm running SRC pump, so that roughly at 24. You know what I mean? But it's just it's baffling. Spend a fortune on buying bone char for chuffing big bloom, and then for it to last a week or two. It's just something to seem right there, does it?
No, you know what I mean? No, definitely not. Which is why I was asking how high were your readings when you were using just the carbon to what it is now? So was your readings higher with the carbon, or were they lower than what they were with the bone char? Can you see what I'm saying?
It was lower, you know what I mean? When I first put it on the test today, it come out, and then I got it 0 because I'm only got it through just trickling just to top back up because there's enough water in that little header tank there. When it does that, there's enough for a trickle to fill it back up. So I'm not like chucking gas loads of water in, just trying to do it slowly, you know what I mean? But it just You know what I mean? It seems strange, you know what I mean? I filled it with bone char what I had. I was short a little bit, so I had to bit of the old stuff in. But obviously, I've been on Tandy Finch. He can't get no bone char from anywhere. So anyway, I just went for Darren at Blue Coy, and that was about 2 weeks ago. And he rang me up and said, I can't get hold of any because nobody in the country's got any. So it's strange, you know what I mean? For bone char. So it's strange why nobody's got no char. And he said he comes from Brazil, so there's a backlog in container being waiting somewhere. It hasn't been processed, so we can't get it.
Oh no! So there's a lot of problems with a lot of stuff at the moment because I know Rick at the farm's having problems with getting Artemia cysts in. So there's a lot going on out there that that causes these problems. But no, I genuinely couldn't answer you on that one, mate. Because, like I say, my thought process is the same as yours. Being as 90% of the water goes down the down the waste chute,
So what was it? Did yours top up with tap water, or is it from the pond?
No, well, I don't have a drum, and to be honest, the more and more I hear about them, the less and less I want one.
Well, mine's one of the cheapest drum anyway, but you know what I mean. Only I think second, I only paid 600 quid for it. I've had it 2-3 years. It's been spot on. Apart from that, because I do a lot of working hours, and it's a lot easier. And it keeps it a lot cleaner.
Oh yeah, definitely for someone that.
So the only thing I would think of would be, you know, try and put like a 2-stage or something like that onto before it goes into the cleaning, so that it kind, because you say it's only going to go in as a trickle into the actual spray bar for cleaning, so you can put a 2-stage before that.
I'm running a 3-stage before the big blue.
Are you running a three stage anyway?
It's a big blue, and it's like a cartridge where you can take the lid off the cartridge inside them, and you can change the carbon, the not block ones. So I can change the carbon in. So change that and change that. It lasted roughly 2 weeks. I'm just wondering if I need to add another big blue to it, but then again, where's it all stop?
Yeah, that's the thing. Exactly. Once you start going into the line of, do I need to add this? Do I need to add that? The only thing that's going to be affected really is going to be the bank balance, because there ain't going to be a place to stop.
Anyway, it's going to expand.
As they say, a lot of it, when you start chasing your numbers and things like that, that's when you can end up blowing the hobby in a way, blowing the hobby inside yourself, because it just gets too much because you're always chasing.
Yeah. Sometimes I've got to get this number. I've got to get this number.
Yeah, you start losing sleep because you overthinking, like, oh, what's going on? I've got to do this, got to do that, got to do this, and it just, it's not a good thing.
I've got some really nice fish in my pond, and yes, I am taking them to the show. But in comparison to a lot of the people that will be taking fish to that show, I haven't spent thousands and thousands of pounds, so I'm not in the way I look at it, I'm not in a position where my pond needs to be perfectly soft water with this and that. Otherwise, this is going to drop off, or that's going to drop off, and the quality is going to go, because I'm not up in that echelon of koi keeping. Can you see what I mean? So and the other thing, you know, I've witnessed, and everyone who watches my channel has witnessed at the farm. You know, they come straight out of the mud ponds into a vat that's been filled with water from the tap, into the pond that's been filled up with water from the tap. And
if you look at
I've seen and know the quality of the fish down there, and yet there isn't a dechlorinator in fucking sight.
So the only thing that I would suggest would obviously be, you know, if you wanted to, because if it's chlorine, then obviously it's a gas. So if you were to like just increase the flow on the air pumps and things like that, just to actually get some of that more movement to the surface to release more.
That's what I've done. You know, like a header tank what fills with water. I put an air stone in there just to find gas.
Yeah, there is that. But then again, it's always also
a question on the screen there for you, Lebo.
What I tend to do is I tend to look at the fish, not look at what's there and the parameters tell me. So I look at this little one here, look, Becco here. That Becco over here, tenner. This little shirt over there were a tenner. And you know what I mean? And this little trashy guy here, big in here, that were like 40 quid from 9 cm. It's like 65 cm now. Over 3-4 years. So.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you've got a comment here that's saying you could try and put like a rinse tank on the roof and have it filling up, and and then have that go into your drum.
Aaron Mooney says Lebo could put a big res tank on the roof, let the water vent off before making its way down to the big blues to the drum.
So a bigger tank for water and take it from that and then take the vent off and go down to the drum, down to the big blow end drum.
Yeah, yeah, that's what he's saying.
All right. That's something I have to try, but like I say, I ain't got much room, you know what I mean? So.
No, I know all about that.
Well, like I say, I just tend to. I am monitoring the look at fish and just see they're not red up. There's no red. They're not veiny like that. They all seem happy and they're crazy on food. So
I wouldn't stress them, mate.
No, if they're not stressing, yeah, that's the thing.
At the end of the day, you can take solace in the fact that you've done everything that you can, and in the fact that you've done everything you can, and like you just said, you're looking in the pond. There's no stressed fish, there's no veiny fish, and so forth and so on. Don't worry.
Obviously, they do a flick now and again, but that's obviously we're feeding the flick down, so I have to feed him. But apart from that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry, mate.
The only problem I had this year was just flukes. That's because I didn't find no fish. Obviously, I didn't know fish because of problems, isn't it?
Yeah. How we doing, Simon?
All right, you?
Yeah, looking sharp, fresh from the barbers there.
I've had my ears lowered.
I'll tell you what, though, Si, I got to say, you made me one real proud daddy Thursday. I'll tell you what, that Chagway is fucking beautiful, bro. Absolutely beautiful.
It's coming on well.
Oh, mate. It's a shame it's not in my pond, otherwise I could have taken it to the national.
Yeah.
I mean, that's treble the size of its sibling in the main pond.
Yeah, it's grown quite a bit. It's put some nice body on it. It's got a few shimmers here and there, but nothing major. But yeah, overall, it's doing well.
Sweet. How's the new grow on construction coming?
I've got a bit more done, not a lot. When it stops pissing it down, I might be able to get a bit more done. But
yeah,
it's just been banging it down here. I did a bit yesterday. Today it's been absolutely pissing it down. We just had thunder and lightning. It's starting to clear over a bit now, but yeah, it's still wet through.
So once it's finished and up and running, are you going to be growing on fry, toe side, nisai? What's your plans with it?
Yeah, it'll just be toe side upwards, no fry. I can't handle fry.
And why is that?
Why? Because they're fucking hard work.
Yeah, they are hard work.
You're the first person to actually say they are hard work.
Yeah, they are. It was bad enough just having them. It was bad enough just having them few in a fish tank.
Definitely. But your boy loved it though, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he loved it. Yeah.
You know, in effect, he done the hard bit, didn't he? Because he got it from that size to the size.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I did hard.
I bet he wouldn't say that if he was there with you.
No, it won't. But I mean, when because obviously he's having his own little pond inside there as well. So I don't know. He might want some fry in there. You never know.
Because he did enjoy the fry, didn't he?
Yeah, but he likes that whole process of growing them from that big to whatever they can be. So
yeah. Honestly, it is addictive. It is addictive.
And he likes that stage. He likes that stage as well, where you get a fish what's basically nothing. Just a fish what's white, orange, black, or whatever, and he likes to see that progression in not only the growth but the patterns progression
He
as
likes
well.
to see the change.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm really enjoying the ones I've got in the vat, the Benny Kiku cross Benny Kamonru. They are looking really good. And like Rick said, I will also end up with Deutsch Sankeys and stuff like that in there as well. So, but they're growing like stink at the moment. But yeah, Brian Shrimp Hatchery's been working overtime.
Not very nice.
Ah, that reminds me, Brian Shrimp Hatchery. I must find mine.
You want to get a super size one? I got one.
Now I just need a little one for a tropical tank.
I'm doing. What is it? What, 4 liters? 4 liters a go.
Yeah, I don't need that much.
And one bottle will do 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite need that much. I reckon the little one that I got here will be all right. Yeah, I might have to do it 24 hours or whatever, but it's only for a treat here and there. Yeah.
And don't forget those that are doing fry and want to do brine shrimp, go over and check out Dave at Orchard Koi. He's done a wicked video today of brine shrimp hatchery by a company called ZISS, ZISS, I think. But yeah, go over and check that out. It's a cracking bit of kit at a really good price as well. Unless you
how long will you keep them on brine shrimp for?
Well, the Benny Kiko cross Benny Kamonru, they're coming off that now, and they're on the stage 2 and stage 3 crumb. I've started putting the stage 2 crumb into the IBC tank, but they're still getting brine shrimp in there. But there's a 6 degrees difference between them and the ones in here. Because I think
the reason why them ones did so well, what were in that fish tank, well, because they were kept at 25 degrees, but once they were able to take crumb and things like that, they were being fed like ground down sake curry, so they managed to put a bit of size on.
No, you tell me, you cheating bastard!
I knew it was. I knew for a fact you were grinding up the sake. I know for a fact you was. I didn't want to say nothing because I knew people would be asking. I was like, no, I'm not saying it. I'm not telling them.
No, honestly,
but yeah, you could see it.
When we got into the Mega Munga tunnel on Wednesday, and Rick went, these 2 bags cost me over 500 quid. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And he had a deal as well, and he paid 260 something for a sack of sake colour.
The only thing I'd say about that is, obviously, although I was doing that, because they were at 25 degrees and they were eating how they was, them water changes were relentless.
Yes.
Especially when you get when the water gets up higher even more with like the summer times and things like that. You're doing, or sometimes you could be doing 2 a day kind of thing.
And the rest,
sometimes I'm doing 3 or 4.
And the rest, this little vat here is having at least 6 feeds a day.
No, I mean water changes, not feeds.
Water changes.
Yeah, that's getting a daily water change already.
Yeah, and we're talking 2 or 3 water changes a day.
Yeah, I've stuck another filter.
Bearing in mind that little tank what they were in, it was only like a 75 litre tank.
Yep.
Yeah, it weren't big, was it?
No. So, you can imagine how quickly that water gets polluted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's one of
the so to keep them growing, you've got to be on them water changes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the actual water change itself stimulates something in the fry to then want to go looking for food again. So it comes hand in hand. Which is why I said
the thing is if you don't do your water changes, it just completely kills their appetite.
Yep. And like Ricky said, the biggest pollutant when you're doing fry is that stage 2 and stage 3 food. So it's that very fine powder to that very fine crumb. Those two are the ones that cause you the most pollutants. So once you get them off that stage 3 and they're starting to take sort of like almost a 1.5 mil pellet, then it becomes a bit easier.
Yeah.
But a lot of people out there are, that have joined the ground show with a difference. So I'm going to learn quite a lot over the next few months. That's for sure, without a shadow of a doubt.
And they're looking after 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. You only had what? Was it 20 or 30?
I only had about 20.
Yeah, I was going to say, you only had about 20 or 30, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But for me, it's just the fact that there is still part of my tancho out there.
Yeah.
Because my tancho was the mum to that spawning. So yeah, that's got Kahaku genetics in it. So yeah, he's spawned.
You know, for a little fish, it's got a right. It's got a body on it for a little fish.
Oh yeah, for me, it's the footprint and the scaling on it. You know, and bloody hell, how many months ago was it you sent me a picture update of it? It was about 3 or 4 months ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Alan Tate, and even Alan Tate said that is show worthy. So yeah, that made me even prouder. But yeah, for
the only thing I'm not sure of is just how much I'll be able to push the growth on it. Just because that fucrin is already up so much, and the skin's already so stretched. Because obviously that's what your fucrin is, isn't it? It's the skin that's stretched. So I just don't know how much I'm going to be able to, how much length I'm going to be able to get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of them things, isn't it? Where if you give it too much too quick, you get the fucrin to come up quicker, but you also then risk the chance of over pushing. And then that's when you can change it goes from a stunner, and then all of a sudden it's just like, what the fuck have I done? Because it's just gone to that little stage too far. And yeah, it's definitely not good.
Rick was asking, so how exactly does a growing show event work? Who puts them on? Well, a lot of YouTubers usually get in touch with either a koi dealer or a koi breeder and says, right, we'd like to do a growing show. So can you supply 50 fish to choose from, or whatever, which is usually the way, and then people will buy that fish. They will then take them home, and then I grow them over the summer, and then at the end of the summer they'll take photos, videos, sizes, and then they'll get judged by whoever's judging the competition. But when you do a growing show like that, in effect you're picking through someone else's selection, because they've already been selected through 3 or 4 times. So what we've done this year with Rick is the fact that this time we've taken all of that selecting process out, and we're leaving it down to the people that are growing them. So that's why this year what we've done is they are taking 3 to 4 week old. They were 3 to 4 week old fry, which literally came straight out of the pond, straight into bags, straight out to the people that were entering. So out of the 44 people we've got involved in this, they've got from now until the 1st of November, not only to grow those fry to the best of their ability, but they've also got to select through them. And if they're in a small body of water, they're going to have to select through them and thin them out. So, at the same time, they've also got to pick what they think has the best quality, the best body. And then on the 1st of November, out of however many that they've got left, if they kept 200, then they've got to pick one out of that 200 to then be judged by a panel of judges. So yeah, so if you're going to be doing your spawnings and stuff like that, it's also the perfect testing ground if you haven't got room to grow on something that you want to try, if that makes any sense. And that's why we picked Rick picked 2 fish, that one are black based, 2 are both metallic, you know, and he sat down and worked it out, and out of the spawning that he done, there was a possibility of 12 different varieties just from one pairing, you know. And because it's a new pairing, with the fact that they are going out to 43 different people, he's number 44, yeah, all raising them in different ways, different methods. So he's going to be able to see, well, the grow and show itself for him is going to be absolutely invaluable, which is why we try to get as many of the people involved into the Telegram group to see how diversely people grow or are growing these fish on, and what they're doing to get the size on them and so forth and so on. I know Bobbles has just popped in, and he's been popping up some awesome videos of progress, and this is what we want to see, especially from the YouTubers that were involved. So like weekly update videos, or just something just to show others how you're doing it, you know, and then people can take from that. You see what I mean? Other people can say, well, I point in question Matt from MJH Koi, you know, he was having trouble getting his brine shrimp to hatch. Put it out in the group chat that he was struggling. Loads of people come back to him with answers on how they were doing, and I think he's now knocked it on the head, and he's got it sorted. You know, that's a community working together to help each other, and that's also what we're trying to create. You see what I mean? Which is why Rick turned around and said, right, all the guys that were in the Deutsche Amateurnischke growing show but aren't in this year's one, bring them over into this group, make it easier. One, because he's a very busy man and he doesn't want to have fucking 6 million different groups pinging off at the same time, which is why we're carried. And it'll just get bigger and bigger. I mean, I'm hoping if the Shiros do well, to get Rick to agree to doing a winter Shiro Atsuri grow show. So a growing show through the winter for people who do winter growing, to then have a prize come spring ready for the next growing show to start.
Yeah, so Gav was after what's criteria.
Say again, mate.
Go on, Si.
What parents did they come from again? Then Fry.
The Fry parents, it was a female Deutsch Kinshower and Mark Gardner's Red Kajaku. Yeah.
Afternoon, Crafty.
And Dr. K is saying, Vince, is there going to be monthly updates on people's growing show just in case someone purchases one around November? No.
They can't do that because you'd have to be in the Telegram group, so it'd be easy to tell whether they've done it or whether they've just gone out and bought one.
Yeah. Rick
and you can't get them anyway because the only spare ones that are left are in the growing show with different special pond
because,
inside the polytunnel, so they
yes.
will not even be going into the shop, so no one will be able to actually purchase one.
No. Rick was actually hoping to have at least 600 for himself to grow on and see what the pairing is going to do. But after sending out everyone's fry, he was only left with, I think it was about 240. So no, none of these fish will be going into the shops, and no one other than the people that are in the ground show will have them. And because Rick is doing it as well, and we will be doing weekly updates from the farm on the ground show fish, so that people can know what they're looking at, what they're looking for, and so forth and so on. So yeah, we've already sorted that one out. But well, we sorted that one out because we didn't have no fucking choice, because nothing's going to go to the shop at all, because we only literally had enough for everyone and Rick.
Yep.
Crafties are. What do you mean by what results might we expecting? As in, what fish are we expecting out? Yeah, I think Rick sat down and said there was Kinshawa, Rick Kajaku, Harawaki, Platinum Ogon. I can't. I'll have to find the list out. But yeah, there's everything from Platinum Ogons right through to Kinmatsubas, Ginmatsubas, Kinshawa, Deutsch Kinshawa, Deutsch Harawaki. Yeah, there's going to be a multitude there, bud. Size wise, well, Rick reckons that come November, even unheated, you should be able to get at least 20 cm. Heated, he's expecting between at least 20 to 30 cm. And that's just from growth that he's had from offspring from both parents.
Yeah, so you guys doing like a first, second, third thing, or?
No, it's going to be, well, I think there'll be first and second.
And then heated, unheated, that kind of thing.
Heated and unheated. And I think there is going to be a main prize of overall quality, which is like, so it doesn't matter if it's big, small, if it's 15 cm and it's got better quality than the one that's 26 cm, then that one will, you see what I mean? It's going to be done purely on quality.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's going to be followed on the farm, because like I say, it went to from a grower. When I found out Rick only had just over 200 fry, I actually turned around and said, well, that's not a growing show, is it? It's now become Beat the Breeder.
Pretty much.
Well, he's got the same amount as us, and he is going to be doing selections through the channel so that people can see what Rick is selecting and what he's deselecting. So it's not as if he's going to be hiding anything. So he's going to be doing exactly the same, or showing everyone what can be done and what can be achieved. I mean, the size that he's got on what he's got already is just, I think he said that they nailed the Daphnia in 24 hours. And there was a lot of Daphnia in that tank.
Yeah.
And I think the ambient temperature in there on Wednesday. Sorry, I thought I saw my tempest dripping then. No, I'm imagining it.
Dripping.
Right, what was I saying? I've just blown my head now.
Pretty much about Ricky and the Daphnia being absolutely hammered.
You're going to be able to follow the progress, whether it be on a live or a video. It's one thing that Rick is adamant that, you know, you're not going to just be left to your own device. Well, you are left to your own devices, but he is going to aid in videos with what he's doing, how he's progressing, and Gorilla's feeding his bananas. I tell you what, banana skins are good for creating infusoria.
Yep.
So all your small little microscopic bugs that Rick was looking for in the ponds on Wednesday. I don't know whether it was we did it live, and what he does is he gets a very small fish bag, food bag, and he'll take a scoop of water, and then he gets his glasses that I've given him, and then his magnifying glass, and what he's looking for is microscopic life, because when these fry go in a couple of weeks old, all their focus is on food, but it's not food on the surface or food on the bottom, it's movement. And until they get to sort of like 1.5 to 2 inches long, their natural instinct is, if it's moving, it's food, which is why a lot of people feed brine shrimp, because it's little sharp movements that they make, and that's what they feed on. And it's as they start to get bigger, when you're adding your brine shrimp, if you then start adding your very fine powder crumb, it then starts bringing them up to the surface then, because the very fine powdered crumb, it sits on the surface and then slowly sort of like drops its way down, and then the next 2 stages sink, and then the final stage, which is your 1.5 pellet, floats. So yeah, it takes them through various stages. I mean, at the moment, the vat, I'm feeding that stage 2 and stage 3 food. They're off the brine shrimp now completely, and it's just the IBC tank that's getting the brine shrimp.
Yep. But yeah, it's Chris has got a good question there.
Yeah, well, Chris, that is not my problem. And this is the thing. Are people going to be able to go, right?
Are they going to be able to cull?
Has got to have the chop. Yeah, because if you're going to grow them in something like an IBC tank, yeah, as they get bigger, if you want to get the best out of what you think are the best, you are going to have to thin them numbers down, because otherwise they will hit a point and then they will go off. They'll eat, but they'll go off the food, like Simon said. Or if the ammonia levels go too high, they'll go off the food. Can you see what I mean? So it is a juggling act, and like I say, it is a full-time. It's not a job, but it's almost as if it's there is that gap. eBay's going to get flooded.
Yeah, eBay's going to go nuts.
eBay's going to get flooded. That's me not selling any fish for a while, but hey. But yeah, it's going to be fun, and I think it's going to be good in the fact that it's bringing a lot of people together that aren't YouTubers, but are a part of the community. You know, because a lot of these people that are in the Grind Show, they might not be YouTubers, but they are prevalent in the comments on not just my lives and my videos, but Simon's, Shane's, you know, Will's. There's, you know, Chris, I know she chats on a lot of people, so does Gab, so does Simon Shears. Most of the people in the comments, you know, I don't see Crafty commenting on any of my videos, but, you know, he is a busy man.
We know that.
In fact, you'll probably find he's sat in his office watching this on the computer.
Yep. Well, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to go and visit the little boy's room and whatnot. So I'll be right back.
Simon, you ain't going to have many left if they keep escaping through your net. Or how many did you think you lost that escaped through the net from your 200?
I think most interesting.
Simon?
What did you say?
No, you started saying the most interesting thing, and
Yeah, I
lost.
think the thing that's going to be interesting, and I think what's going to be the most challenging for people is seeing if they can pick out the better quality ones out, away from the lesser quality ones. That's going to test people, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the whole aim. Like I say, it's not just the husbandry and the raising. It's also how you perceive quality.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Because everyone's perception of quality is going to be completely different, and with the fact you're going to get such a diversity of variety from the pairing itself, the actual fish entered into the final competition, is going to be from one extreme to another. You could have a platinum ogon going up against a red kajaku, or a kinshoa going against a harawaki. I'm really, really looking forward to November to see what everyone picks. But I'm also enjoying the fact that everyone is already swapping tips and information between each other on the group as well. There has been people helping each other out with advice, and that's what we need, And
it's going to be difficult to judge it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to judge. Alan's gonna love it. Oh, so they got to the size they can't escape now, Simon. Oh, bless him. He put his fry into a fry net, and half the fry escaped through the fucking holes in the net. But is Wiccan still in the comments? Have you decided which Shiro and which Asagi you're going to use? And when you're doing it, are you going to record it? Wiccan Koi's agreed to spawn a Shiro Atsuri with an Asagi.
A Shiro and Asagi?
Yep.
That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Yep. I mean, the Asagi that's the mum to my Ginrin Snow Asagi, I wanted to put that with one of Rick's Omasako Shiros. It just turned out that Omasako Shiro male was a fucking Jaffa. So I had to find someone to do it. I mean, I'd really love to put my Ginrin Snow Asagi with my Kaneko Shiro, but I think my Kaneko Shiro is fucking female.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like my mum. When I went down there the other day, she got a pond full of males apart from one. Females apart from one, the Komonru. And then she's wondered why they're splashing and kicking. Yeah, love it. Anyway, where's Shay? Oh yeah, definitely.
Where's Sid today anyway?
Sid, I haven't heard from Sid in about 4 or 5 days. He's having having a few problems at the moment. He during the week this week they had a blackout where they had no electric at all. No electric at all for over, I think it was 48 hours. Yeah, he lost a few fish because of it, and they got their power back on, and then they got given a cyclone alert. So no, not good from Sid, because he's got a lot going on at the moment. Samuel, he sent me a message about 15 minutes before we went on air saying I'm stuck in traffic, and I'm surprised he was even moving with the amount of rain that was coming down. Yeah, absolutely horrendous. So hopefully we'll have Samuel back with us next week. and Sid will be with us once he gets his shit sorted. Sorry, the shag from Vince has fair come on. There you go, Simon.
It most certainly has.
Oh, mate, I am such a proud man. And the fact that it was spawned here by me. I do, every time I think about it now, it just makes me all giddy. I can't wait until after the show because I'm going to do another spawn.
What are you doing?
I'm going to be using my Kiyosuri male, and he's going to go with my Ginrin Matsukawabaki female.
Kiyotsuoi with Matsukawabaki.
Yep. See if we can create some key Matsukawabakis.
There'll be some weird shit come out of that.
Well, I spoke to Rick about it, and when I said about it, his first response was not till after the show, because otherwise I won't be able to take fish to the show if I've beaten the shit out of them spawning them, have I? So yeah, not until after the show. And I said, so it's not a bad pairing then. He went, no, you should get some nice fish out there. So I said, will I get key Matsukawabaki? And he went, good possibility. So yeah, it'd be nice to see some yellow Matsukawabakis where that black changes. You know what I mean? I can dig that. I can dig that. Did anyone see that yellow dragon? What yellow dragon? Is this another new name, is it? Or is it a non-Ginrin version of the yellow monkey? Have you heard of a yellow dragon?
Nope.
I tell you what is looking nice though, Si. That Hoshkin shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still got yours?
No, it got put to sleep.
Oh, in that bacteria spot. Mate. Got it. Mind you,
In fact, that was one on them that did actually respond to antibiotics. It got better, and then about, I don't know, a week later or so, it come back again. So,
right, you've mentioned antibiotics. Now, how easy was it for you to obtain those antibiotics?
nightmare, absolute nightmare.
So, what did you actually have to go through to be able to get?
Well, I had to get it from abroad.
How'd you get that through customs?
Because I mean, the antibiotic I needed was enrofloxacin, which is Baytril. But it's also used to treat pigeons. So it's labelled up as a pigeon medicine, an injectable pigeon medicine, and it's not illegal to import that into UK.
Oh, so pigeon keepers do have a use then.
Yep. But trying to get anything else like gentamicin or whatever else, it's an absolute nightmare. If Baytril itself is hard enough to get as it is without going through a vet, but anything else, unless you know someone that can get you some, you're fighting a losing battle.
So how did you actually find out about the pigeon stuff? How long did it take you in searching to actually? or was you advised by Paula that you could go down?
Well, just by digging about, speaking to people, you know, that had been through problems before. Yeah, I just come across it and I was told about it, so that's the route I went down. In fact,
So, ladies and gents, next time you need any petrol, just hit Simon up North Koi Pond, and he will sort you out toot sweet.
To be fair, that might not even be any good anymore, because they reckon that they're supposed to have a shelf life on them, but some say you're supposed to refrigerate them. Some people say you're not supposed to refrigerate it because it damages antibiotic inside it. The atom inside the antibiotic, it's supposed to damage it. I don't know. I'm not a vet or like that, so I don't know. It might not even be any good anymore, that. So I don't know.
You say about shelf,
the research.
You say about shelf life. I mean, Ma was here yesterday. She's always here on a Saturday, as you know. She come in with a bottle of Fluke P. Wow, cheers, thank you very much, Mum. I need that. And she said, well, you do realise that you're supposed to use this within 3 months of opening it. Apparently, after 3 months of opening Fluke P, you're supposed to throw it away if you haven't used it.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much the standard with a lot of treatments, though, isn't it? Once you've opened them.
Now, my next question is that part of the reason why Fluke treatments of late haven't been as effective, because people are taking a bottle off their shelf in their shed that's probably been there 5 or 6 months.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether it'd apply to a powdered product the same as it would to a liquid product. I don't know.
No, I can see on a powdered product. No, I can't see it. But with like the liquid stuff, is that why the Fluke treatments aren't working as well? Because people are using what they've got that's probably been sat there for 4 5 months, that's got enough to do another, you know, you do a dose and you think, right, that's enough for another dose. And you don't need it 7 days later because you killed it first time round, because it's coming straight out of a freshly out bottle. Then a few months down the line, you do a scrape, you got Flukes, you go, oh, I got treatment left, bang it in, but that's 3 months after you've opened it. So is that why it's not killing the Fluke so much?
It's a possibility.
It could be something to do with that. It could be something to do with that, but it could also be that people aren't actually using the right amount for volume of water they've got.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Because how many people actually know the true volume of water they've got?
Yeah, because most people will actually look at their pond and go, right, the measurements are, go to a pond calculator, so my pond's has got, but it's not.
Because you've got to take in consideration the pipe work,
your filtration. Yep.
And then how much of the filtration is stripping that Fluke treatment out of water?
Well, this time round, what I did, because I put Fluke treatment in both the grown on tank and the toe side tank, is I put my dose in, I let it run through the system for about 5 minutes, and then I turned everything off apart from the air stones in the tank, and I left them like that for a good 3 hours, maybe 4, and then I went back out and I fired both systems back up and then let them run. And so far, touch wood, they're looking pretty darn good today. So yeah, that's a new one. Paul D's Koi. Is that a new channel I've got to find?
Yeah. Ooh. Looks like it.
Nicey nice. Vince, did you get that last chat? No, they've scrolled down a bit. The bigger Shiro and the saggy male. Sweet. Can't wait for the videos, bud. Yeah. Is that a new channel, is it? Shane?
I'll have a look.
And Gav? Sakura guy's doing great. It's in the main pond.
Yes, it is.
It's a new channel. Oh, hey, welcome to the club, Paul D. Carl and Lisa are in. How are you doing? How's your pond, guys? Ooh. So, Simon, while I got you here, because you used to...
I can't see any comments on my phone.
Yeah, you got to press a button. Don't press the wrong one, otherwise you'll shut yourself down. I did that the other week. Right, Simon, your thoughts on Hannah checkers?
They can send you a bit OCD.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They are a good bit of kit.
Yeah.
A bit expensive for what they are. The reagents are expensive. I think for people that have got high pHs, I think that, such as the ammonia checker would come in handy for people with high pHs, because ammonia becomes a lot more toxic towards the, you know, as you start getting towards like 8.5, the ammonia in the water becomes a lot more toxic.
Yeah,
not so much more toxic, but you get more of the free ammonia in your water the higher your pH. So I think for people that have got a higher pH, I think they're probably more suited to them, because with a drip tester, you can't register that, you know, that fine amount of ammonia what you've got in your water, because they don't register. They're not that accurate. But whereas with a Hannah checker, you're going to be able to detect that low level of ammonia in your water. So for people like that, they're probably handy. Well, for people, you know, what's got pretty neutral water, you don't need them. The chlorine tester, that's brilliant. You know, I'd recommend the chlorine tester to anyone.
Right.
But yeah, for the other ones, they're probably not really necessary unless you've got, you know, a really high pH, you know, testing your ammonia, really.
Yeah. I mean, it blows my mind. I mean, my main pond pH sits at around 7.5. Yeah, the pH in my growing on tank in long block sits at 8.12. According to the cat toilet.
Yeah.
Which I think is a cracking little bit of kit. Be nice if they had ammonia in there, though. What do you think?
Yeah, it would be good on the.
I think with things like that, ammonia and nitrite, it's a difficult parameter to monitor constantly, isn't it?
It's always going to be going up and down, so it would be more of a tricky one. It would be more of a.
It's going to be up and down all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be harder to actually not so much to monitor, but it would actually be harder wearing on the product, because
I mean, what's that
adjusting itself.
What's that test kit that does monitor? I can't remember what it's called now.
Oh, the
Senai.
Yeah, I've had a lot of mixed reviews on that as well.
Yeah, me too. Because you have to. There's something you have to do with them. You have to recalibrate something or put a new slide on them or something every so often or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like your Hannah checkers. They got like a reagent slide that you have to change, and then you have to recalibrate every time you put a new slide in. And yeah, they've been around for years, but I've always been put off of them. But the Cactoily I thought was quite good.
And don't them Senais have to be registered on some sort of cloud or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like a subscription thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but I believe you can also do the same thing with Hannah as well, where you can do a subscription as well. So you pay an X amount each month, and then with that is every a month or so, they'll then send like some of the reagents or something like that out to you.
You know, I don't test
subscription.
Yeah, I mean, Vince, you know as well as anyone. When I first got them Hannahs, as well as anyone, they were sending me in OCD mode, weren't they?
Yeah, you were going. I mean, absolutely.
All I've ever used before. All I've ever used before is drip tests, and then I set my eyes on these Hannah testers, and it's like a new toy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I bought a couple. I bought the ammonia one, the nitrite one, and the chlorine one. So I'm starting to test with these testers all the time, and then I'm seeing these levels. I'm thinking, shit, my fish are gonna die. You know what I mean? They mess with your head.
Yeah,
you end up chasing the numbers.
Fuck them off. You don't need them.
Yeah, that's why people end up chasing numbers.
They do mess with your head.
Yeah, then you start changing the water parameters too much constantly, which isn't good for the fish, and it can become a vicious cycle, I think, with them.
Like I had to send my man Ronald McDonald a message in the week. What the fuck are you doing a 50% water change for? Well, I had a nitrate spike. Yes, mate, you had a nitrate spike because you just put brand new sponges in your filtration system. So you've got absolutely no bio. How are we doing, Danny, lad?
Well, are we okay?
Yes,
how we doing, bud?
Yeah, it's been digging ponds. Sorry, I never catch this for daytime. I'm only out for I'll jump on.
Hey, how are they coming along?
Hard work. Just it looks like there's been a battle out there at the minute. Just wet.
Turn the light switch on.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I don't know if that's on anything, but
yeah, I can see that.
So how's everyone else?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Keeping busy.
Keeping busy. Down the forest tomorrow.
Good.
I'll tell you what has surprised me though. The fucking plants that I've got in that, my pond in the Munger Tunnel. Fuck me. Those tomato plants have gone batshit, and I mean batshit. And I've had some strawberries and they were banging. Took one to Rick and he's like, oh, what's this? Salt and malachite green. And he went, oh, they're fucking awesome.
I wouldn't mind having all the hydroponics. I think that'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
And it's, the way he's got it set up there is so simple as well, because all it is the concrete blocks that are on the edge of the pond are at a slight angle, and then put the bricks round, put a bit of liner in, then put your plant pots in because they've got holes in anyway. You just spray across the top, it goes down through the pots, over the apron, straight back into the pond. Absolutely simple, but the amount of like Rick said, the amount of nutrients and nitrates and stuff those tomatoes are taking out of that water. I'm not worried if I don't get any actual tomatoes off them because they're doing what we want. Can you see what I mean?
Are you getting plenty of trusses?
Oh yeah, but
then
I'm not stringing them up anywhere because I've strung them up once and they grew that quick over 4 days. It grew that quick. Where I'd strung them up, just fucking snapped.
Yeah.
So next bit up, it's got a load of fucking roots coming out. So we just bang them straight into the substrate, and mate, they're going absolutely nuts. But like Rick said, the amount of nitrates and that they're taking out of the pond, and that's why he does chili plants, because with chili plants, you don't have to do nothing with them. You just put them there and leave them to it. Whereas, as I'm finding out with the tomatoes, you have to keep fucking around with them, tying them up and stuff like that. But the root system that's coming out of them already, and they've only been in there a few weeks. You know?
Yeah, you see, you can get away with doing, when you say about tying them up and whatnot, right? It done it a little bit late, but what I do, especially up on the plot, is when you do your string in the first stage anyway, you do that when you plant them, because what you then do is you then tie it up, drop it down into your hole, bring it down, up and slightly out, and then you put your plant on top. So the weight of the plant as it grows keeps your string line straight. And then you just wrap them to it, and then they grow a lot better, and the string's there. It won't snap.
It's not only that, it's all this pinching out of the side shoots, you know.
Yeah, just to get a bush in. Then once you've got the height you want, don't forget to take your top out.
Days, you know, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, yeah. In the space of them days, these side shoots are about this fucking big.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to let them grow. All I'm worried about is my strawberries, and I've got some more going in tomorrow because my mum's bought me some more strawberry plants. So we're going to be doing twisted rocket strawberries.
I've got about 35 fucking strawberry plants sitting up the garden, all from last year's runners.
All these new ponds that you're building at home, are they going to be polytunneled, or are they going to be enclosed, or are you going to keep them open air?
They're definitely going to be enclosed. I'd love to do a polytunnel. I've been looking at ones that sit on top of the pond, so that you, like, rather than being in the ground, you put feet onto the creepers in the wall and doing that. I'm just trying to figure out the best way of doing it, because we get a lot of wind. I'm on the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
So even though it's that bottom bit surrounded by trees, the wind rips through you really rough. Like, it was knocking the easy pods over through winter. It was that strong. Easy pods full of water were getting knocked over. So yeah, I was coming out in the morning, there'd be 2-3 easy pods inside the pond. Some days it was crazy, like how what the wind was. So I'm trying to do it now to safeguard for winter. That's the plan.
Yeah. So are you changing from pump feed to gravity feed on the easy pods, or are you going to stay?
Everything's going gravity. A lot of the easy pods are going to Nexuses. So trying to up the filtration, put backing showers everywhere, enclose everywhere, bigger ponds. Just I want everything right, to be honest. We ended up getting so busy over winter. I was building a pond so I could buy more fish. It wasn't like, let's build a nice pond and do it right. It was like, I need to buy some fish, so I need to go and build a pond tomorrow so I can buy fish on Friday. And it was just, that's like, it was chaos, really, to be honest. But so now I've got a chance to put it right and make it all work better. That's the plan.
Yeah, no, it'll look a lot sweeter as well once you're finished.
Even the drainage you put in was like 40mm pipe, just not sufficient enough to drain away. We needed a 110mm pipe, and you know, just trying to put all that infrastructure in place. So we do it once, we do it right, done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say do it once, do it for the 10th time, and then it's done.
Yeah, it was always the way.
I hear what you're saying on the filtration side, and I will be changing my filtration when I rebuild this pond, because I think I am now pushing my easy pods to their limit.
There's space. I put a Nexus 310 down there the other day. It took 3 of us to carry it. It weighs an absolute ton. It's huge.
Yep.
And you know, it takes up a quarter of the space of the pond itself.
Yep.
It's but what can you do? You can only do what you can do. You can only make work in the space. I'm trying my best to incorporate filters as a priority, whereas in the past it's been a bit of an afterthought.
Yeah.
So working around filtration rather than add filtration after the pond's built.
Yeah, definitely. But then when you're just starting out like you did, it was a case of right, I need it now.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. So buying second-hand easy pods for 250 quid was just ideal, and it worked, and it was, you could set one up, buy it second-hand, bleach it. The next day you could clean it out and have it running that night. So within 24, 48 hours you could have something running. Whereas and it was just a time restraint all the time. Just to be honest, I was like a hamster in a wheel. I was just constantly keeping up. And now I'm just trying to go, right, let's just do this properly, get everything perfect, and then I don't have to mess with it then.
Mate, I know what it's like running around doing the fucking systems here. I mean, I've got 4 easy pods.
It's hard work, mate. And even cleaning, you know what I mean? The box filters as well. Absolute nightmare. I love box filters, by the way. I will not knock box filters. I think they work very well when they're right. But cleaning is a nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, they run box filters. They run really bin filters down at the farm, and they work. You know, but like you say, when they get to that point that they need a clean, then that's when it becomes grim.
It's a messy job, isn't it? You're going to get covered in shite. You know, there's no two ways about that. But Coy Wholesale run on it. Coy Wholesale run on it. The New Forest run on it. Them, Coy Wholesale is shower filters, but essentially the box filters just stack. You know, that top layer is sponges. They get grim. You know, they need to go those out and stuff like that. But that works very, very well.
Yeah. I mean, it's why when I do rebuild this, if I don't use the filter I drum from the farm, like what Simon's got, then I am seriously contemplating putting in a brick settlement chamber and that running just like we got down the farm.
Yeah, I think it's worth doing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I say, by the time when the pond's rebuilt, I won't have a pond edge big enough to be able to sit a shower on. So yeah, the shower is going to be going in like a long block as well. But
can you get any more stuff in there?
Hey mate,
he's going up. He's extending up now. There's no
planning permissions are in for a second story.
Yeah.
Hey mate, you wait.
It really will be Twisted Towers, won't it?
Yeah.
Especially if he builds it, it'll be slightly off.
Right. Nothing wrong with my fucking big lane.
Mine's like that, mate. I spent days trying to make sure them footings were level, and we're still a fucking centimetre out. Does my head, no matter what, them spirit levels aren't right, I'm telling you.
Mate, you can't say anything about my bricklaying. I see the block laying on your fucking video, brother, and that is fucking noise.
What one?
To be fair, I'd never laid block. I'd only ever made like a couple of bits and bobs, you know what I mean? And I built that old pond, 2,000 gallon, first time. I'm just glad it's still old water, if I'm totally honest, you know what I mean? Because
your video the other day, as you pan around, I was like, fuck.
Well, that's just a bit of pointing. That needs doing.
A little bit of pointing and a little bit extra render on one side. You won't be able to tell.
So about an inch and a half out on the back corner, and the pointing needs doing, but it'll get done. Don't worry.
It's how it looks once it's finished, isn't it, Dan?
Well, from this side of the pond, you can't see that. So as long as you don't take the camera out of the back again, no one will ever know.
How's the shop doing?
Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good. It's just trying to be everywhere at once. You know, we're getting a lot of inquiries, people wanting to come in. I just can't be everywhere. It's just difficult. I'm a bit of a control freak as well. I really struggle giving over control. Someone goes, like, do you want me to net them fish for you? I'm like, I'll do that. You just go over there. I'll do that. I need to just learn to give that up a little bit, you know what I mean? But
yeah. Start doing things from back a
Hard
bit.
when you put everything into it. You see, obviously, this was a big thing. We left Liverpool, we moved to Wales.
Yeah.
We're so big business. I put 110% into this, literally to the point that we were fucked. If this went wrong, we were knackered. I'm totally honest, and that's hard to start to give that control up again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand that, and it is hard for any small business nowadays, let alone a new koi business.
Yeah.
And in a lot of respects, setting up a new koi business is, in a lot of respects, a lot harder because of everything that you have to have in place, as in bodies of water, filtration, before you can even look at fish. Can you see what I mean? So
plus the thing with the YouTube, you put yourself out there online and you make a mistake. You all know because you're all YouTubers. So you make even the tiniest mistake, you've got 50 people in the comments willing to tell you that. I call this I call it Sankey a shower or a shower of Sankey, I forget now. And Jesus Christ, did I get me a fucking ass handed to me over it. And like, they're the silliest things, but everyone wants to tell you you're wrong. You can do 100 things right and one wrong. You know you've done something wrong. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to be very mindful of what you say, very mindful of what you do.
Yeah, but then again, if you want
going out healthy.
But then again, if you want that, if you've got a couple of videos that ain't quite getting comments, just say something incorrect. You see, make comments in, didn't you?
Well, you will. You'll get the views and you'll get the shares 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's just a thing that people have been in this industry a long time. They're very good at what they do. They've got good names for themselves. I want to compete with the best, and over the next few years, I aim to get bigger and better and stuff like that. And there's no way second place just isn't good enough. And obviously, I can't compete with them now. Some of them are multi-million-pound businesses, but there's a goal in sight. There's an end game in sight. You know what I mean? Making sure that this goes out the door healthy is paramount to me. Like it terrifies me, to be honest. Just making sure that them fish are healthy and making sure customers are happy as much as humanly possible. Of course, you're going to get someone who wants to moan for the sake of moaning, but as long as the fish are healthy, then I'm happy.
Too many freaking experts out there. Do what I do. Call Vince.
I can't.
Bless you well, thank you.
Yeah, you have to press the button, but if you press the wrong one, then you end up fucking dropping yourself out.
What's the main goal for my boys koi this year?
Finish everything I've started. To be honest, I think that's. I'm not gonna make any wild claims because too many people do that on YouTube, and it So I just want to finish all the projects we started. I want the shop to be on point. I'm doing the Coventry, the national show at Coventry. So
you've got a stall?
Yeah, I've got a stall. I've got a 9 meter stall.
Get in, boy.
I'm competing as a dealer, so I'm going up in the dealer category to compete as a dealer. I would be over the moon to take a place, even a third. I would be absolutely, blown away.
It's my first time showing there as well, mate. So
it's so there's a lot of small things that hopefully are gonna add to us being something in the future.
Yeah, definitely. But knowing that you're actually going to show in the dealer show now, are you excited and shitting yourself at the same time?
Yeah, because again, from my point of view, is I'm always trying to prove that we stand up against some of the better, bigger companies. So even to take a place, and bear in mind, I haven't got fish sat here worth 5-10 grand. I just haven't got that. So then it comes down to, can I choose a fish good enough to stand up against some of the 5-10 grand fish? And I don't know. We'll find out. Essentially, I don't know. I believe I've got some fantastic fish that no one's seen, and they're going to go into the category. Are they going to be good? Who knows? You know what I mean? So yeah.
Sweet, awesome.
Yeah, Will's saying don't settle for third. Basically, go for first, mate.
No, of course I will. But last year, like the take water barn, for instance, they took first place in size 4. They put all the fish up for sale after that. There was 25 grams worth of fish went up for sale from 5 fish amounted to 25 grams worth of fish.
Yeah,
You know, that's I'd love to say, yeah, I'm going to compete against that, and I hope we do. But realistically, have I got 25 grams worth of fish to show? Not really, no. So I'm going to take my fish, which is still £1,000 plus fish, but we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see.
Yeah, then you got down the line as well that people have done it before, where if they get a first place, you know, if people have seen it, you know, someone gets a first place, the next thing you know, someone's up standing next to them chatting, pretty much with a checkbook in the hand.
Yeah.
Just because it's won something straight away there and then. She's like, right, it's a £1,000 fish. I'll give you 2 now. Done.
Well, I just saw third place in the Wackagoy in the Gimlin B. So that was a lot of fish competed in that, and I took third place out of that with a 15 centimeter Shiro. That was £1,000 fish to take third place with a 15 centimeter fish that's going to carry on in Japan. I was made up that I thought it was a fish that could, you know, take a third in Japan. I was over the moon with that. That's a massive achievement for us. Just trying to keep that eye, trying to look to see what is winning, why it's winning. Can I, you know, can I spot them winners essentially?
Yeah. I mean, for me,
on the offer sometimes.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I don't bet, but I don't drink either. But yeah, I'm going to the show with the attitude. I'm going for the experience. If I get something, then I'm going to be over the moon. But that's not the main reason why I'm entering the show this year. And one of the main reasons I'm entering the show, one, because I feel I do have a few fish that are good enough to show. But I also want to show people out there that are very much like me, and to show them that it can be done and you can compete, you know. And that's my aim, is to show more people that you don't have to have thousands and thousands of pounds worth of fish to have a good fish to take to a show.
Yeah, and you don't have to do that. I think Lee Hadfield won a fish with an Adam Bayer £95 growing show fish, I believe, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Wrong I'm saying there, but I think I'm right. So, you know, £95 fish in most people's budgets, and it shows it can be done. English bread as well.
I mean, I will be taking Big Betty with me, and she's now 71, 72 cm.
This year, I spoke to Matt Stevens, who's the chair of BKKS in Coventry, the national, and this year the size 6. Now Betty will fall into size 6, so they've added 2 awards to that category this year, because the problem was happening that size 6 was sort of getting forgot about, because anything over, I think size 7 is size 7 up to 70 to 80, or is it 80? Yeah. 75 to 85, sorry. That seems to be taking all the prizes, so they've added 2 prizes to size 6, which is what Betty will fall into.
But she started off as a £30 fish.
Yeah.
8 years ago. You know, and
that's like my Chagoy. I got that in a local auction. I bought her for 20 quid. She was 14 cm. She was Tosai in 2022 at 14 cm, and I paid 20 quid for her. And she's now Sansai, 3-year-old, and she's 65.
And the skin on it is amazing. That was the first one, wasn't it?
Where is it from? Do you know?
Where did I get that from?
Koi Farm.
It's Hirasawa.
Oh, right, okay, so Manasai.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Amazing shags from them now. They are definitely.
Oh, they're just eating machines.
Yeah. They're just unreal.
Definitely.
Unreal koi farms. The scale of them, just the scale, the numbers that they produce is just between Marahiro and Marasai, the Hirasawa family. Just phenomenal, the amount of fish that come out of there each year, or out of the two farms each year.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, I know all about Marahiro because, like I say, I chat a lot with Sid, and he spent almost 2 weeks with Marahiro. Yeah, and he loves it. And the fact that he was able to stick his phone in the famous round pond and do underwater footage, I thought was brilliant. Yeah, he's done a couple of shorts, but there is actually a video of him underwater with the camera in that big round pond of Marahiros, and seeing that some of them fish in that round pond up close is just like wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, hell of a breeder.
Yeah, I wanted to specialise in Hirasawa, to be honest, between the two brothers. I wanted to only have them in, and the only problem with that, you sort of close too many doors on yourself to do that. Which I would have realised, so I'm not doing that now, but I do buy a lot from them two farms.
Yeah, because you don't want to shut yourself away from Aoki if you're ever able to get anything, because usually he sells out.
I've had Aoki as well, a lot of metallics, very, very nice metallics. Yeah, amazing. But
yeah, Aoki.
Oh, sorry.
Aoki loves his weird and wonderfuls, doesn't he?
Yeah. But you can't close the doors on like the Sakai and Dainichi as well, because they're very, very impressive fish. Expensive, but impressive. But I've got a Kahaku out there now. It's probably the best Kahaku I've ever had. I'm probably one of the best I've ever really seen for a decent price. I haven't sold it because I have this battle between selling koi and hoarding koi.
Yeah, I know that feeling well.
There's definitely a hobbyist in there as well that just doesn't want to give them up. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, 100%. I'm with you there. But when we very first spoke back then, I did tell you that it was addictive. Did I or not?
Yeah, fun me, fucking hell. Sorry for swearing, but yeah, the addiction's real. Do you know what I mean? I've got 22 ponds, 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. It doesn't stop. Like it's not about it just being a business, because there's easier ways to make money than this. Trust me. This is an addiction, 100% addiction. This.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the amount of times I've turned around to Sean and said, "Let me convert one of them buildings, and I'll live here and I'll work 24/7." His response was, before I let anyone else move in here, I'd have to let my daughter, because she'd go nuts if I let anyone. Because the whole place used to be a turkey farm originally.
Okay, that makes sense. The old buildings, then, yeah.
And that's where all the concrete buildings were, the turkey pens and stuff. But a lot of them concrete buildings, they can't do anything with, because they're fucking listed.
Yeah.
You know, and most of them are absolute fucking ruins, but they can't take any of it away because it's fucking listed. So it just has to sit there, which is why they have to build stuff around them.
You can build back on them, can't you? But then you've got to go through planning. You've got to build exactly the original structure, like for like, you know, that shit. And it's so expensive. It's not even worth it.
Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I know actually, if I had the opportunity, I would be there 24/7. Or if I won the lottery and I got myself a couple of acres, then yeah, I'd have ponds and fucking tanks everywhere.
That's my end
like
goal.
you say, the addiction is real. The addiction is real.
It's hard. We're all addicted, because right now it's 4 o'clock on a Sunday and we're sat on it live, so it's not normal, is it? But it's not what most people are doing on a Sunday, is it? But yeah.
No. And Ken's saying, I can attest to keeping koi being addictive after having koi for 52 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is
absolutely. Ken, you'll have to come and join us next week and tell us how your spring startup has gone, because it's nice to see that.
Is Ken the guy from the show?
No, Ken is he's over in Canada. My koi obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, some of the koi are just going back into his pond now from inside.
Yeah. Did you see his Kamonru?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, you'll have to come and join us next weekend, Ken.
Well, so what's it like buying koi in Canada? Because I'm assuming you probably know, is there a market for koi in Canada?
I think Ken was saying before it can be a little bit tricky. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's better, isn't it? But I'm not sure about Canada.
If I remember right, there's only 2 places that that he's able to get koi from. I think most of them are sort of like homebreds by whoever the store owner is. Because I know there's Chris goes there as well. Stubbsy. No, it's gone.
I won't like to deal with their winters.
No, no. Well, Ken's pond ices up that much that he can walk on it in the winter.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was minus 40 or something.
And we think we get it cold.
Yeah.
Vandermeer's, that's it. So yeah, one place. And they can't get, for them to get stuff like Easy Pods and Nexuses, they have to get them shipped over from the UK.
Wow.
Yeah, which is why they cost so goddamn much over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you've got your import tax and everything put on top.
Yeah. We have got a pretty good deal, haven't we? You know, you've got probably about 50 decent dealers in the UK. You've got Amazon, eBay, you know, you've got this. You can pretty much get what you want very easily, can't you?
Yeah.
Well, you got Maureen from Keith's Koi Haven. Her backy shower came from, is it SJK Koi or one of you know the one I'm on about, but yeah, had that sent all the way to New Hampshire, America, because she couldn't get one over there. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So
in the UK, like people might moan about like not being a koi dealer in whatever part of the country. You're only realistically a few hours drive from a decent koi dealer, aren't you? There's not.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're talking America. You could be driving for 2 days. Do you know what I mean? 2-3 hours in this country. Worst case, it's.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was like for me, it was like, you know, I'm only 20 minutes from Adam.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
I think we're probably lacking the most in the Northwest. There's not a lot in the Northwest. Well, I'm now in North Wales, but North Wales, there's nothing here. Realistically, you've got Tim Waddington, Quality Initiative. Obviously, I've just opened the shop, but we're still very small. But apart from that, I don't think there's really any actual koi dealers.
I don't think there are.
You've got like Cascade Koi in Manchester, but the Israeli koi. And you've got bits and bobs, not really. 750, so what are the 500 quid? Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Paying about a third on top, yeah.
That is nuts. Absolute nuts.
That is crazy.
And then you got the time it takes for it to be delivered or shipped as well.
Well, that extra 250 quid is probably shipping. That's probably what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Because they're a big, heavy piece of kit, aren't they? Even
for prices like that, you may as well. For prices like that, you may as well just go down homemade route, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's what quite a few people over there do, because it works out even cheaper.
He made a couple of big upflows that he's got on his system now. But yeah,
could you imagine what you pay for something like a big Oasis drum? Could you imagine how much if you wanted something like that? You know, you're putting 2-3 grand extra on the bill for shipping. Jesus. I had one delivered last week for a customer. It was 110 kilos. Do you know what I mean? That's serious weight.
Fucking Will. He fucking cracks me up.
Oh dear.
Oh, well, anyway, guys and girls, I think we've rambled on for 2 hours, 10 minutes. And I would like to say a big thank you to Lebo, who came on and joined us. A big thank you to Simon from up North Koi Pond. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, go ahead and give him a subscribe. Thank you to Danny for joining us. Finally, go over and check out my boy's toys. Don't forget, he's got his auction on tonight at 7:30.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, thank you.
He has indeed. So get across, give him some support. Tell him the Twisted One sent you, so he knows that you were watching today. As always, guys, I've been Twisted Koi.
I've been Hearts Koi.
And we will catch you same place, same time next weekend. Later, all.
Take care, everybody. Have a good week.